you're set up. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better. Crisis, prices, don't tell us. T4, blood, check levels. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better. Wu-Tang Clan, how my angels get up. Life on life, tell me how you're set up. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better. Crisis, prices, don't tell us. T4, blood, check levels. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better. Tell my little bitch, ain't done, little bitch. 101, little bitch, ain't nothing like me. Open your eyes for a second, I'm the high-end legend, I'm the guidance that you need. Rolling on sevens on a regular, now I don't think you're ready for the revolution that I bring. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, found a youth out. Hold up. Come a little bitch, ain't done, little bitch. 101, little bitch, ain't nothing like me. Open your eyes for a second, I'm the high-end legend, I'm the guidance that you need. Rolling on sevens on a regular, now I don't think you're ready for the revolution that I bring. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, found a youth out like the Wu-Tang Clan, how my angels get up. Life on life, tell me how you're set up. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better. Crisis, prices, don't tell us. T4, blood, check levels. Nigga ask me how I'm doing this year. I'm better.
Images, iris, limitless, priceless. Sunrise energy shining. I shut silence. The brightness, skyless. Images, iris, limitless, priceless. Sunrise energy shining. I shut silence. The brightness, skyless. I've been holding you forever. I've been making out better. I don't know if you're nonsense, but I hold you back when you hold me back. And I know that it's better, and I feel it forever. How it makes you feel better. How it makes you feel. How it makes you feel.
Come a little bitch, ain't done, little bitch.
101, little bitch, ain't nothing like me. Open your eyes for a second, I'm the high-end legend, I'm the guidance that you need.
Rolling on sevens on a regular, now I don't think you're ready for the revolution that I bring. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, found a hold up. Come a little bitch, ain't done, little bitch. 101, little bitch, ain't nothing like me. Open your eyes for a second, I'm the high-end legend, I'm the guidance that you need. Rolling on sevens on a regular, now I don't think you're ready for the revolution that I bring. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, found a youth out like the Wu-Tang Clan.
All right, bet.
Angels get up, life on life, tell me how you're set up. Nigga ask me.
I don't got much time. I got a meeting like 30 minutes. So we're going to go over everything today. Yap about it. Give some reviews. And I'm not going to lie. I saw the punchy video. I looked at the comments. When you know the comments it's like, oh, this actually not that bad. Okay. We got a good update. You know what I mean? We got a good update. Probably, when it comes to bugs, probably a few more that could be done. I heard Parasol's still fucked up. Bank UI still fucked up. We're gonna do one at a time. So, if anything, hopefully we can see about maybe doing like a quick hot fix or something like that, and then get started on the next part of the update. But let's go over everything, man. I want to discuss why, because there's some people who were asking why, and I want to finally put it in words. And we'll hop a game. We'll take a look at some stuff if we have time. So let's make this quick. We're just gonna do it a classic review, and I'll talk about what I was aiming for this week and what I did this week, and kind of explain why everything happened. So let me go ahead, pull up. You know what I'm saying? I love my little Pokemon music, bruh. Okay. Fade Trimmer buffs. Actually, Fade Trimmer did get a buff. They got a bug fix, but it was kind of a buff, which was the precision cuts wasn't properly It was supposed to not have AP or lower AP frames. Because right, people were just able to swing through it. Alright, anyway. Alright, let's take a look. So, let's explain everything here. The biggest one, progression enhanced. Let's go over everything, right? For starters, Archmage did a lot of solid work here. He basically wanted to remove Mystic out the game. This is in an attempt to basically allow for people to not have to go back to Mystic every single time they want to progress, giving the tools to the player off rip. There'll probably be more things like this as we accommodate Deepwoken being a game and essentially closer to a build making game as you play for longer hours. Do you see what I mean, chat? This is an update for the people who have been playing for a very, very long time, and we want to kind of amend kind of that angle of what people will realistically do when they replay the game a lot. And that will be obviously making bills. So, yeah, try to amend this here. Trial of 1, this is probably the hottest subject I saw discussed. Let's explore it, though. Trial of 1 reworked. Now gives you Mark of the Lone Warrior instead. If you have the Origin, now grants 2 levels at 7. Mark of the Lone Warrior drastically boosts your progression when progressing alone and gives you buffs in your fight if you are a solo player. So, what was the reasoning behind this? What was the reasoning, right? Basically, it boils down to this. We were looking at progression times, and even progression times without Trial of 1. And what we noticed is that there would be a fair majority of time where, especially depending on your origin, you would be able to blitz through the early game, but then you would have a very high speed at the start, and then it staggered on at the end, especially for the casual player, right? Especially for the casual player. And so the big thing we kind of wanted to look at was, okay, why is everybody, despite having different origins, doing the exact same thing, which is Trial of 1, and after Trial of 1, either going right to Aerodel or right to Ferryman after they go to Aerodel, right? We wanted to try and break this trend by allowing other things to be an option at the end game. So one option would be just doing quests, right? These full trainings, what full trainings basically are, and I think it was explained what full trainings are. It means you need no experience to level up using it. It's basically Trial of 1 prog through, it's like Trial of 1 points. Does that make sense? So you're just able to put in the points. You don't need any EXP for them. That is a big thing. That's a big thing. So anytime you do Deep Crucible, Hell Mode, any of the quests, right? Any Voidwalker bounties, and I guess unbounding from Maestro, right? You get the full training. These are basically, again, just imagine them as Trial of 1 points. You just put them in. You can do it in the menu whenever you do it. It basically increases your EXP for you. And so that's something that we kind of wanted to do essentially, which is just allow for some variety of stuff to be happening. If anything, there'll probably be more stuff that'll be added. Like amongst the list of stuff to do here, and it'll probably be closer to what happened with Hell Mode, Deep Crucible, and like Voidwalker bounties. Also, Authority is not. I don't think Authority's here, but Authority. Oh yeah, no, here it is. Yeah, Authority also now gives you investment points. So we want people to be able to play be able to have fast progression, but also be able to play their origin, and not have to completely change up their prog, in order to max out quicker. Obviously, it doesn't mean that we don't have to like go and nerf Ferryman prog, right? We didn't want to like nerf like the top method, right? But we also wanted, we didn't want every origin to have to feel like they should have gone, they're missing out if they don't go Trial of 1. That was what was going on. Everybody went Trial of 1 if the origin allowed it, and you would still you go right into Ferryman, which I think after a while, it's like if everybody's doing that for months, definitely got to at least give some more options, and that's what we try to do, and that's part of also the reason why we reduced it from 7 to 2. We also wanted Mark of the Lone Warrior for the Lone Warrior origin to actually feel valuable. That's a big one. I think after you see that, like I'm able to hop on Voidwalker and just do trial. Why am I doing Lone Warrior? You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of feels like it removes its purpose. Not only through progressing, but also had no end game benefits. So we also wanted Lone Warrior to kind of feel feel a bit more powerful. And so that's a big one there. But yeah, overall, this is meant to make all of progression for anybody faster overall, right? Let's just say even though like Voidwalker can't get like power 8 off rip anymore, the fact is that you get full training per star on their bounties, and the idea is that even if the end game or the early game isn't able to Trial of 1 anymore, right? The end game should be much faster because instead of having to farm the same boss over and over and have to get potentially EXP trains that you're lacking, you're just able to get full points just like that. Go ahead and go. And so that's Pathfinder Prog. So we'll be listening out. If it feels like it's like super slow all of a sudden, then obviously we'll probably make it faster. We want overall Prog doing anything to be faster. Reducing PvP gap. Apparently this is broken. Not broken, but like literally like busted. So I'll probably end up fixing that. But the idea was we specifically did not want... Originally, this was the only ones that were going to get changed right here. But what I noticed was I feel like there's like a few attunements that feel very lackluster in PvE, and we want the game to gear more towards PvE in the future. So it's like, okay, I'm doing, like, let's say it's like a 1v1 and there's potential for PvE, right? If this player has a build that's also like, or an attunement that's more suited for like PvE as well, do you see what I mean? But you go in with a Blood Run build, you're not going to want to do the fucking PvE on your Blood Run build because it wasn't suited for it. So likely changes, probably Shadow will probably also get a new mechanic. What else is missing? Something? Well, Shadow. I guess I'll have to ask like PV Demons past that, because I've seen builds that have used maybe Thundercall. Maybe like Thunder can stun up like mob more or something like that. But yeah, that's the idea. We're trying to give the lackluster stuff buffs, right? There obviously, I think I don't know if I mentioned it here, but again, we're gonna keep a firm eye on PvE and also just like PvE balancing in general. And definitely a very keen eye on stuff like, you know, being able to kill enemy in under a minute with stuff like metal turrets. Like that stuff will, instead of kind of allowing that to exist in the game, like don't be surprised that shit, like stuff like that gets immediately fixed. Mainly because like I said, as we gear towards preparing to add more PvE in the future, especially where we want actually fighting the monster to matter, especially like layer 3. We can't really be having the method, you know what I'm saying, where it's like people literally are just not pairing against the monster and are able to blitz the monster. Can't really have that. So even like I said, that's what I said, even like this just dropped and it's like super busted right now. It's like, it's probably gonna get nerfed. It's dealing more than 15%. It's gonna be nerfed, maybe have a little bit more of a cooldown. But obviously we want every attunement to feel like a solid pick. And so that's why I added Blood Red in the buffs. And we thought that it was also solid to buff like a lot of these, like for example, like all the Death Gods, like people were not really picking these up on PV builds. So if there's any other talents, they'll probably end up getting some more stuff as well. So that's a big one. Next, we got some weapon talents. I mean, let me explain what the idea for weapon talents are. I think the coolest part about verse 1 that I kind of missed is that every weapon felt like it could be used if it had an enchant, and I thought that was pretty interesting, and it did allow for more weapon variety, where I feel like Deepwoken was kind of plagued by the fact that anytime a new batch of weapons, or especially legendary weapons, would drop, it would make every weapon in that category feel like it has a lot less of a chance of being picked for that build, right? If I'm making a build that is shadow heavy, 90% of the time you're gonna go crypt, right? And so the idea would be that with weapon talents, hopefully allows for other build options to still exist. Maybe there's better synergy, even though there's a legendary weapon for that slot. You see what I'm saying, chat? That's a big one that we are trying to at least gear towards, making it where it's like every weapon can still have its like own unique build, even though legendary weapons will probably still be, you know, it'll be the cookie cutter. Most people are going to go to legendary weapons, but these serve as like a way for people to experiment with the individual talents and maybe find something pretty good. Obviously, we'll watch out for balancing, but like a good example, Master Hawk's hand axe. Bro, name 5 motherfuckers you know who are using Master Hawk's hand axe before the weapon talent, right? It's like, who that shit? No, that had the lowest percent usage rate in like I think all the time history. And so that's what's it called? That's a big one. And so I'm glad that people were picking it up after you know what I'm saying, I think like it was Evansburg got nerfed and people are starting to recognize like, oh, okay, wait, it was actually pretty solid. And yeah, we could maybe if there's time we can maybe go over some of these, but that is the goal. I'll probably try and make sure like at least like mid-tier weapon or like underused weapon get something. And so, like I said, there's probably a lot of weapons that are still missing from here. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening with that. And hopefully it should be a lot more fun to like try out a weapon that like, who the fuck is using Morningstar, bro? Like, anyway, as I was saying, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, map revamps. Dude, the map builders, tunes, they went crazy on this. Good on them. Really, really nice to look at that stuff. Yeah, really, really solid. Content systems, yeah, we got the crew system. I'm not really going to talk about why this was added as much. I just think it'll be important. Just solid thing. Just know that crews will really, really help us, hopefully, battle and combat like flooding for other piece of content we want to do. Communication gestures. This is kind of like, you know, Roblox on some bullshit. They are doing some fuck ass change or whatever. I don't know. It really does hurt it though, because it's like, I really wanted, I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but I wanted being able to talk to players as like a way, like there's co-op and then there's like, you know, like what happens in fucking other games, bro. Like you have voice chat, you have chat, talk to motherfuckers. It's like, hey, like, yo, hold on. Let's not fight this out. Let's go ahead and do this. You can't really have that if there's no way to chat to a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying, chat? I think that type of stuff like makes a game enjoyable. I think the biggest thing in Deep right now is that player interaction has felt so separated. Like this group is over here, this group is over here, this group is over here, that you lack those cool moments where you get to have that social interaction and that social manipulation maybe that can allow you to escape a situation. You don't see that. Biggest thing, like a good example, right? There is no way you're going to talk yourself out of fucking getting jumped in the depths, right? And I think that's like a big flaw with how casual players kind of approach the game. It's not very enjoyable. It just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. And a lot of times there's absolutely nothing you can do. And so we are going to try to definitely gear towards more stuff. Just A, completely battling flooding. B, having stuff that is more fitted for the casual and solo player, small groups of players, while also trying to maintain Deepwoken hardcore identity, bro. Like we need, I think people enjoy the fact that they like the hardcore aspects of the game, but it's like, damn, bro, like I don't want to get fucking flooded on, bro. It just doesn't feel good. And so nothing to keep in mind. Talent card, talent stats. Yeah, this is some very solid stuff. Quality of life stuff. W Archmage for this, you know what I'm saying? W Rag. Oh yeah, I went ahead and added South America chime queue. South Americans, you know, I know y'all been waiting on that, so hopefully y'all got y'all servers running. Merges and removals. Yeah, Mystics removed because Portrait cards, favorite cards. Balancing. Nothing too much here. I guess we'll go over like the most controversial stuff. Probably this one right here. All heavy weapons that previously did not have end lag, so stuff like Railblade, Blood Fowler, most great axes, got 0.1 end lag. This has been an attempt to help balance out ganks and reduce how dominant these weapons have been. I think one thing I noticed is that, you know, in several eras of like ganking, it seems like the ability of having to have back-to-back M1s while having such a large damage output has led to like the DPS of these weapons being super dominant even after it's like some of these got nerfed, right? And so I think part of the weapon rework is trying to define like clear boundary lines between the weapon classes. And I think weapons, especially faster swinging heavies, it really did blur the lines between like, is this a fucking heavy weapon? You know what I mean? Like, I think it led to also like a lot more of those, you know, it was much easier to combo and get those crazy burst DPS stuff. And so that's like a big thing that I was trying to look at when it came down to just balancing heavy weapons for ganks in general. So I really want to see where the gank meta goes. Especially in overworld, that's like the most important thing. Just seeing like, okay, well, what will people use now? Or will great axes still be used, or will people start switching to other weapons? We'll see. I think it's important to just keep a good eye on that, and see what ends up happening. Also, with this, like, keep in mind that some of these, like, even weapon talents, as we do some changes, we want light weapon to be more of a viable option in ganks and kind of remove it just from like the narrative of like, oh, everybody is either using major, heavy, or support. Right, and then maybe you see some weapon builds, and then there's like no light builds. So just keep that in mind. What else we got here? Critical engine saves between. Yo, who has that fucking? Hold on. Fuck, bro. Hold on. Yes. Yes. Critical engine saves these servers, bro. Critical engine saves these servers. Okay, yes. This is a Magama. I saw someone said this is Agamatsu V makes critical engine. I was like, bet that. So do that in there. Authority origin. Oh yeah, I think I doubled or like the the rank progression. I like doubled that. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, look, The bitch was slow. Like, let's just be real. Bitch was slow. So now it's a lot like quicker to go ahead and get your actual like ranked talent stuff. Look, it's fun selling that C first week, 2 weeks, but like after a while, like, hey, let's let's speed it up. I saw that. Motherfuckers out there. Oh, it took me 6 hours. 6 hours? Yeah, 6 hours to Prague with a TP slot. 6 hours with a TP slot. Oh, hell no. So I doubled that bitch. Come on now, let's keep it a bean. What else we got here? Against all odds buffed, yeah. Probably just another boss buff. By the way, Mark of the Lone Warrior, man. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Keep in mind though, Mark of the Lone Warrior's fight buffs only work if you are actually alone. If you have any friends, allies, guild members, crews, all that, any of them in the server, disabled. I was like, no, like there's people who LARP as oh no, I'm a solo player, but then they actually got their squad of people who they're a small group. And then you have the actual solo players who play alone. Oh, I have no friends. I can't join. I don't want to join a guild. I have no friends. Nigga, you have no friends? Yeah, I have no friends. Okay, I mean, fuck, bro. My fault. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. If you're like, wait, why is the buff not working? It's because there's an ally in the server. And it goes through no hold. It doesn't matter. It goes through no holds barred. Right? It's not like, oh, I can disable it, and no, it goes through that. So it's a pretty solid talent for solo players. You will want to go Mark of the Lone Warrior, trust me. That's why I think some people tell me it was broken. I was like, oh, let me see what's going on. I see their guilds in the server. I didn't say anything. I'm like, okay. Them niggas thought that. No hold bars working, bro. What else we got here? Prime Storms, Young Shore reverted, yeah. Some general gank nerfs, Sharper 360. Crit Blade jumpable. Honestly, what I'll say with this one, I think Dex did this change right here. With Crit Blade critical being jumpable, tell me how that feels. People who are fighting motherfuckers with Crypt, if people ever use that, see if that makes it feel like you can get a free M1. The idea with some of these, like, oh, this is going to be jumpable, this is going to be uppercut, like, you know, crouch or you can uppercut it, is that you can parry it. But if you do what's supposed to be the preferred method of defense, which is like jumping or uppercutting it, it gives you a counter. The only problem, I just know this at heart as a deep player. The only problem is if we buff the fucking stuff to accommodate for the fact that it's jumpable, then people are only going to use it if they can prevent jumping with taunt. And so instead of having more fleshed out defensive options, because of how Deepwoken build making works, people are just going to build around that fact and never use it unless they can confirm that they won't be able to jump it. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? I do think that's a bigger issue. I need to think about that. Bring it up maybe. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with Crypt. Probably should be like that instead of throwing it out for free. But that's the problem though, Inui. That's the problem. See, when we say, oh, but you need setup though, well, guess what? Shadow Seekers needed setup. And then you see the motherfucking clips on TikTok, nigga hit with the Shadow Seekers into Shadow Vortex gravity field combo. You see what I mean, right? We've had stuff like this happen before. What ends up happening, people run a very specific build to make it work. Another example. Eclipse Kick alone, don't be running that. I slant Eclipse Kick when, especially back then when that dodge talent, that was farming niggas. But it requires setup though. See what I'm saying? You gotta be careful with that argument. That's what I was thinking about. But it requires setup. You had setup. You land the ice lance, you get a much easier time. If they fuck up and whiff that ice lance, that's a free Eclipse Kick. Do you see what the issue is, right? So it's like if we buff them because they're, oh, well, now you have jumping as an option. Then that's the fundamental thing about Deepwoken build making. You can build around downsides, and sometimes like that's part of the fun. Where it's like, oh, like yeah, it's fun to build out the downsides, right? But like you see how that leads into future balancing issues, where it's like, okay, well, it's a niche. It's a niche off meta thing. We'll allow it, and then it doesn't become niche. Everyone's running it, gets nerfed. Story of Deepwoken, literally story of Deepwoken. A lot of bug fixes. Yeah, this week I was trying to basically just go through, I think last week I went through and tried doing some of the mantras. Yeah, there was like a lot of really weird shit for mantras. So this week I was just going through like a list that was given to me. Shout out to the new testers, man. And damn, they've been putting in some work. I ain't gonna lie, this might be the best tester squad we've had in a minute, man. I knew I made a good choice and them niggas, bro. I had some bug. By the way, I remember people were saying it wasn't like, oh, you can't. I went ahead, if you're wondering what I mean, I added some bug report demons, and man, oh man, they've been the best testers. They might have been the best testers of all time. Call me crazy. They might be the best testers of all time. Day one, off to work immediately. That's what I love to see. I love to see that passion. It wasn't they joined, but then when the update happened, I'm busy. No, bro, right to work immediately. That's what I love to see. That's what I love to see. I might just have to only add bug report demons. You know what I'm saying, right? I'm just keeping it being. They're doing some good ass work, bro. They're doing some good ass work. Wouldn't mind a couple more. I'll probably will add more over time. So yeah, that's a big help. They've been a very big help. Very, very big help. Very competent testers. Very competent. They'll let us. They really do go through the mud. I'm not gonna lie. So. Prime example of testing we're testing before. I'm gonna keep it honest. Some of the niggas weren't testing. That's why we kick half the niggas out. I'm sorry, bro. I love my squad. But half the niggas weren't doing it, bro. I'm like, what the fuck going on here, man? I'm just saying, bro. Look, the testers who were testing, they were doing solid work. But half the niggas were just sitting in the Discord, and it's like, yeah, nigga, you gonna test? And then guess what? One day it's like, let's kick these niggas out, bro. And we kicked the niggas out. And we got some new ones. Boom. They got test for fashion. I don't even want to talk. Boy, test for fashion. Don't say that word, bro. Don't say that word, bro. Look, bro. There was a tester I added that I was hoping would pop off. And nah, I'm not gonna talk about it. Come on. It reminds me of that, though. It reminds me of that. All right. Anyway, so yeah. Any questions? Any questions? Was Dan kicked out? No, Dan's been testing too. He tested. We basically had testers test out like prog speed as well. I think if anything, I think the biggest problem right now is like, okay, Quester buffed, right? I gotta sell to go do the quests. Sailing apparently feels slower. I think that's one thing we can fix up to actually make it feel nice. Cause like, okay, oh well, let's just I want to do these, right? I'll do the Stratus quest. I'll do the Bane Rule quest. Now I gotta sell from Bane Rule. That nigga's at motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, Meteor, all the way back to Vigils. That's 2 ferrymans. That's 2 ferrymans, maybe. You see what I'm saying, right, chat? And we'll see what we do. I think that's about to bring up, but that's 2 fucking ferrymans right there. So yeah. Are you more island reworks? Probably. Forest of Lights was pretty cool. Will there be nerfs to pigeoning, spam jumping, and avoiding parry trades? You're talking about, what's it called? Are you talking about slide jumping or just jumping in general? If anything, maybe. Can you explain the Titus Summer patch with strong left? Yeah. So basically how it works is, if you have strong left and you feint it, normally, just a normal feint. If you have a level 5 strong left with the Titus armor and it's off cooldown, if you feint it, it gets treated like a guard break and goes on a cooldown. If it's on cooldown, if the talent's on cooldown, it gets treated like a regular feint. That's how it works. Parasol's Pathfinder? Yeah, we'll probably fix that up as well. I didn't mention that though. I did put that in, mention it to the squad. Parasol was fucked up. I might investigate, take a look myself, see what's going on. Slide jumping got a parries. Yeah, slide jump stuff. I think if anything, probably hit stun, getting like hit stun will probably stop slide jump momentum. Does Joe challenge still happening? It probably will. Let's talk about that, bro. I told him, bro. It's simple. That shit, bro. Try to tell him. You can't be doing that, man. You can't be doing that. Actually, this gives me a little bit of time. Hold on. Gives me a little bit of time to play. Crews and authorities should be let us show. Yeah.
Ethan, relax, bro. Relax. Hold on. I'm doing something.
This dude. Let's see what this dude Bert is doing. Yeah.
Bro, my snuff keeps disappearing out of my whole body, bro.
Yo, what up? What is going on? What the hell is going on? Love the debuff. Thank you, Agamatsu. Love your work on the game. Dad's about to reload. Hey, let me join, nigga. What the fuck is this? I'm trying to play, nigga. I'm about to say, load that bitch up. It's fine, chat. Don't get on my head. It's fine, okay? Hold on.
Guys, Ash using a chat and a copy, bro. You're a loser.
Yeah, let's run up the. Wait, is this EU? Singapore? What the fuck going on?
Yes.
You getting jump vert? What are you doing?
I'm just playing.
Yeah, say what's up to chat, bro. Yeah, I got a meeting in 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes. Hold on. Damn, that's laggy.
Wait, let me come back here.
Oh no, this is my fight, bro. What are you doing?
Okay. Oh no. Yo, Ali Pigeon fell off, bro.
GG, bro.
Yo, Dodo, Ash just got packed.
Where's been nuts for so long? Does it know any? Come on, bro. That's the VIP Jack method, bro. Granted chance to work before telling? Oh. I'll put that in. Hold on. Let me put that in bug reports. Thanks. I'm gonna write that down. Hold on.
So annoying, bro.
With for telling us. It's a laggy server, bro. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I made the no combat bug bannable. Why not just patch it? Because here's the thing about the no combat bug, right? It's not necessarily about the fact that it's like, oh, we can just patch it. A lot of the time, it's like if we have something where it's like, a lot of times when there's like a bug that allows for people to like easily exploit and wipe people in the depths, it's abused, and then they're like, oh, well, they report it, right? They report it, but they already like wiped like 20, 30 people, and that was like 20, 30 more people that need to get like, you know what I'm saying, restored. And it's like, the idea is that we want what's it called? We want to prevent people from just attempting to try and like mess with like bugs like that, right? It's only like those super blatant ones that are like super problematic anyway. Damn, why stuff like that? I mean, this is laggy. Oh my goodness. He picks Poses Ring. Are there plans to add Chatter Crit on block this month? I was thinking about giving, so one thing, if you notice what I did for patch, I added like a new, what's it called? New item for, what's it called? Oh, fuck. A new item for the Stratus quest. I might just like do that for that Poses Ring quest as well. Or not Poses Ring, but the Nanji quest, where it's like, you get unique items for doing the quest. I don't know, chat, what are your thoughts about it? Leave that here. Save.
Agamatsu, when are we getting Bardoth?
Bardoth? Shoot.
Yeah.
If it was Bardoth, I would make it like Dark and Darker Bardoth. Have you played Dark and Darker?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You get like you play like the. You know what I'm saying, right? But tell me that would be tough. I might.
It would be tough, bro. You need
I think it would be, yeah. I probably, if I were to do it, because that might be in the tunes ball, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you adding the money shark code anytime soon?
Money shark code. I added the money shark code. Yeah, that right?
When is there two bells?
Oh my goodness, it's so laggy. Are we able to start up, damn, I ain't gonna lie, I got my meeting in a minute. Yo, bro, where y'all? Let's doing the ones. Come down.
You me?
Yeah, let's run it. For screen, bro, for screen.
Are you in combat?
I am, but that's fine.
So we could have done a duel, bro. See if you
Oh,
can
wait.
accept it.
How do you accept? Just click it?
Press on my name at the top right, and then press duel.
Ah. Oh, bet, yo, this fire.
Bro,
I
it's gonna be
bet.
so boring, bro. Only verse only, man.
Oh, I didn't know you were playing Oni too.
It's okay, bro. It's okay.
Yeah, better, let's run it up.
I can't lie, bro. It's unfair flipping, bro.
Yeah. I'm done.
That's GG, bro. Yeah, this bro.
Run the
How much
rematch. I
ping
want to
you on?
rematch. How much ping?
Bet.
I'm only like 170. It's not that bad. At least not that bad for what I thought it'd be.
170, bro?
Because usually EU I'm like
Higher than
220,
me,
bro.
man.
Hold on. Usually it's like 220.
What?
Then it hit. I'm dead, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, bro.
We got one more. We got one more
Actually
before
crazy,
it starts. One more before it starts.
I play on like 20, like 30 ping.
You on 20 ping?
Max, bro.
I realize. Bro, I gotta get my EU ping practice down, bro. Oh, I can't duel. It's whatever. There's a. You know that, bro. Please make a weapon sound that gives flying thunder kick. Thunder kick. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, meeting starting. Alright, I'm gonna catch you later, alright? I'm gonna hop back on later. I bet. Appreciate our pulling up for today. Any other questions before I go, bro? I got a meeting. I'm probably gonna get some matcha. I like matcha, bro. Also, I hit the gym. Oh my goodness. I was just doing some runs. Essentially, instead of you in the crit of block to shattered, you have to do a quest unlock it. Maybe. It would be like, the idea would be is, I think it would be cool if we have more quest items. I don't know. Usually, I mean, it depends. I don't know. We'll see how people feel. Because some people don't like the fact, oh, well, now I have to go and get this if I want to make my build. But I feel like for a while, Deepwoken has very been like, oh, I prog, I do like the same two bosses, then my build is finished. And I think people like stuff that's like Pleatski's Inferno, like you're doing quests to get your shit. Like, if I'm doing a unique build, at least it makes me do a different quest. I I thought that was cool. That's why I gave Stratus. The Stratus quest wasn't finished, so like, or it was broken, so it got fixed, and then you get a unique item. I thought that'd be cool. Rag made you go, Jim? Nah, it was because my girlfriend wanted to go, and she wanted somebody to run with, so I was like, fuck it, let's do it. It's fine to everyone going 90 for +1 build on every single build. We'll see. If it's too problematic for some of the stuff, then I mean, it could always be adjusted, I guess. Sorry for coming on my Ronin. It's fine. It's whatever. But yeah, we'll see. Save battery stopper. Yeah, those hybrids need to be saved. Can you stream more? Maybe. Hold on. They probably yapping it up right now. All right. Catch you guys later. Maybe another stream tomorrow or something like that. We'll see, just to do some more catch up. But appreciate you guys pulling up today. I just want to explain the update. And please, 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 please let me know if Prague like feels slower. That's the most important thing. If it feels like it's not worth to do the quests, or I don't really, if anything like feels like it's off, let me know. Like I want to see, because I've asked some people and it's like, okay, well, endgame felt faster because they can get points. So we'll see. So just let me know, and I'll catch you guys later, all right? Peace.